everyone, welcome to From 2 to 4, where we want to bring Vice Schwarz for everyone. In today's Vice Schwarz Invitational Deck Decks, we have none other than the mastermind behind the tournament, the mathematician, you can say, Mr. Ian Zhang. I hope I didn't butcher
Hey,
your name.
no, that's fine.
Hey, what's up?
Good, good. You?
So, as I said, you're the mind behind this great tournament, and obviously you are a very accomplished player. So if you want to share some of your accomplishments to people, please be free.
Sure. So I started Weiss back in 2015 with Persona 4 Trial or something. 1 year later, I managed to win LCQ Japanese Weiss Schwarz with Charlotte somehow. But sadly, I couldn't beat Brandon's index, so I only got fourth place in the European Championship. Then after that, I didn't manage to get very good results, but in 2018, at BCS Mouveau, I played AoT 2 and uh, managed to qualify for Worlds. That and then I scrubbed terribly by playing Persona there. Next year, I also played AoT and got first place in BCS Cologne, and then scrubbed terribly at Worlds playing AoT. And I also won another LCQ Japanese last year as well with Saikano and got destroyed by Yarbacher's Million Life, so I only got to top 8 there. Um, Other people might also know me through like all of the damage simulation graphs that I've made, or like the ENTCG Android app, or all of that, or my YouTube channel where I tend to overanalyze stuff that no one really cares about.
I do like the channel. I'm not gonna be a sellout. I do like the channel because I am a math guy, and that provides a lot of info that no one else shows. So that's cool. So
Yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe.
yeah, we're gonna plug the channel in the description down below. So we have as a deck that you're probably very comfortable with, and it's Attack on Titan. So talk us about the deck. What's the main plan, and why are you bringing this to the tournament?
So this build is very generic. It's just a standard Eren Mikasa build. On level 0, you just have like very strong runners. Runners help you, guaranteeing reverses. You have a Riki. It's just a very solid game plan in general. On level 2, you basically just gather as much advantage, or did I say level 2? I mean level 1.
Number one.
At level 1, you just gather as much advantage. Make sure you have your Omnis engraved with by using the Rize Armin, and just reverse your opponents and +2 every turn. And then try to loop it as often as possible. Then on level 3, you basically just want to finish them with Mikasas, or you heal down a bit with Kristas.
Yeah, pretty standard AoT. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason why this deck has won worlds at least twice in this iteration.
Yeah,
Very strong.
it's a really strong deck.
So let's go down like more to the card by card. I should say 6 runners. The 4 arming runners and the 2 middle runners.
Mm-hmm.
I assume this is the standard now. Like arming is the best runner in the set.
Yeah,
And
it's also
those,
yellow, so it's not a miss for the Rize Armin.
yeah.
So it's pretty important to keep those numbers up.
Also, as you said, 4 of the Krista, because you want to. This is like one of the few cards in the deck that salvages cards. So it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty important to when you lose your pieces early.
Yeah, it also helps a lot with doing harder mulligans. So like, for example, if my starting hand doesn't contain a wind, I would mulligan away the level 1 Eren, because I can get it back with the Krista later anyway. So it's very important for stuff like that as well.
Onto we see this green card and people forget that AOT has green cards. Talk us about this Liga.
So Levi is a very slot efficient card. It's a 10k against level 3s, so it's like more or less an early play killer. you usually play it like combined with the 2-1 Armin so that it reaches 12-5. And basically what it does is it's a level 3 killer, except it's on a slot of a level 0. So usually, otherwise I would probably be running a 7th runner, but do you really need a 7th runner is the question.
I see.
And
Yeah,
in my opinion, this is more important then.
I see. Especially now that a lot of more standby decks and more early play centric decks are entering the meta from latest
Yeah.
releases, and AoT has some trouble with bigger numbers at level 2 because it prevents you from looping more earn combos.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah,
this levy doesn't really get rid of many standby cards that well because of the level 3 condition, but um,
it gets rid
yeah,
of the early plays, which is
it
more
gets rid of
common.
early plays. Yeah,
Like you can just
and
start killing their board to regain
and it's
advantage.
also specifically when I started checking this, Konosuba was really big, and Konosuba only reaches 9.5 and 9.5 and 9K on their early plays. So having access to a free removal for those early plays is really relevant.
I see. Pretty interesting, actually. Level 2, this is like the most standard AoT lineup we can see. It's like for Eren, for Armin, well, a very important card in the deck because it gives you the maneuver gear, uh,
Yeah.
to earn support and the 4 maneuver gears. And as a difference from Rias's deck, from Worlds, and from like some deck lists on AoT, you have one of the 1/1 salvage maneuver gear. Why is that?
Mm-hmm. Well, AoT has a lot of trouble with paying out stock actually. So if you trigger a wind on like your first attack, you'll basically never pay it out. And I mean, it's still probably not good to try and pay it out using this Omni gear, but it does make it easier to reach like second attack triggers or like first attack triggers by and then paying it out by like early playing. So it gives a lot of flexibility. And additionally, in this deck, it also combos with the level 3 Sasha a little bit, so that I can reuse it more often to actually to lock my opponent out of the game more easily.
Yeah, pretty strong. Also, it allows you to like uh, something that I've seen a lot people do here is that you just use this. This allows you to make a full board instead of just having
Yeah,
4 characters in board.
exactly.
So you can
And
have
that's very
stronger Eren.
important. Yeah,
You can have
it's very
stronger
important
Erens
against
on
standby.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. You have stronger Erens, and then you can bring it back. Then use this maneuver gear to start moving again. Very interesting combo when you have more than one. And given the power of Eren,
Mm-hmm.
you can easily have this and this on hand.
Yeah, it does
Uh,
lower the consistency a little bit, but because like the 1-0 Omnigear is a very adds a lot of consistency, honestly. So it lowers it a little bit if you don't want to play the 1-1 from hand, but I think it's worth it.
I see. On level 2, you're running only the army assist, the army support, because you're
Yeah,
not running like the stock bomb or any change counter that AOT may have.
yeah.
So
So
uh,
I feel like
let's talk.
uh,
Go ahead.
I feel like the stock bomb is like very disappointing usually. And I already spent a slot on the Levy level 0 killer or level 3 killer.
Yeah.
Um, so it
This,
already filled that slot. This Arm and Assist also already makes it so that most of your level 1s actually get over the opponent's level 3s or early plays. And then there's Sasha and Mikasa, of course, that also get early played on level 2. That
yeah,
are also good removal.
very good actually. Let's talk about the early plays and then the finishing power of the deck. Uh,
Hmm.
we have the Embrace Memories Mikasa. This is an early play that requires the level 1 Eren block.
Yeah.
Uh, and Sasha requires your opponent to have a level 3. Why is this the split of early plays you want to
So it's kind of mixed between what you want to reach, right? If your opponent played multiple early plays, you can early play your Sasha. And that's probably better than early playing Mikasa, because Mikasa is actually there so that you can loop your wind combo more and more, but you won't be able to do that when your opponent has multiple early plays on board. So basically, when your opponent doesn't early play, you have Mikasa, and then you can try and grab the Yell of Rage off the top, play another combo, make like +5 in a turn or something, and be prepared for your late game with like triple Mikasa and stuff. And if your opponent does early play, you just remove their back rows basically constantly, and sometimes you even remove their early plays.
Yeah, Sasha is a very powerful card. We saw her debut, on quotes, at Worlds when Arias dropped two of these onto a Konosuba player, and the
Yeah,
Konosuba player lost his both ambush
poor guy.
unions, lost two ambush unions, and never came back into the game.
Yeah,
Also,
it's
she's
also.
a three-soul attacker,
Mhm.
so she can side very effectively if you feel your opponent has an anti-change counter.
And she's actually good against cards like Priestess and Rider because of that as well.
Yeah, pretty strong. I remember I talked to Rias about this a long time ago, and he told me this was in the beginning. This was the anti-fake tech, and then it became like anti-back row tech after what happened at Wars. Yeah, this is basically
Yeah.
more useful back killing back row and denying
Hmm.
resources and just killing the rider that you cannot deal with.
Yeah. Um, I think it's also very important that there's two copies of this card because, like, I've been trying this out for a long time, and I actually never managed to get it work because every time I play this, the opponent just plays another copy of their Ambush Union or something, and then they're back. Yeah, you basically accomplish nothing. They're still resonating twice a turn, and like, yeah, it didn't do anything at that point. But having two Sashas means you can get rid of both of them, or like get rid of one and then the next turn get rid of another one. And usually they wouldn't have a backup after that anymore.
Yeah, pretty strong. This is this became like a more resource denial in the mid to late stages of the game where the hands are usually
Mhm.
sculpted but not perfectly sculpted. You can throw the wrench into their plans with this. It works better than people probably saw it coming.
Yeah, it's very effective.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Uh, Now, onto level threes, the rest of the level threes have the Mikasa, the Crystal Healer. Uh, Pretty strong. It can be usual. Sometimes it can be like a cost zero healer, which is
Hmm.
amazing.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it
obviously,
happens often actually somehow.
even though you
It
run
feels
like
so good.
15 zeros,
Yeah.
it does kind of climaxes. No, it's only character. Wow. With 15 series, it still happens. I mean, the level of compression this deck reaches is very good, so you usually have the zeros in deck to do this.
Hmm.
Now, and the most important cards for the finishing plays, Resisting Fate Armament and 2 Seas Freedom Mikasa. Uh,
Yeah.
Mikasa, people have seen it. It's ping 1 on attack, on reverse pay 2 ping 1. Very good
Hmm.
damage. And as you, the mathematician you are, why is this the like the combo that you want to run?
Well, first of all, AoT doesn't have a lot of good combos. Um, but mostly it's like burn one. If you manage to get triple off, which occasionally happens, usually you only have like 7 stock or something for triple with 2 reverses. That's five times burn one, and then 3 attacks for 2. basically your favorite to kill someone from 3-1 or something. And that's against well-compressed decks. So that's actually really insane. Actually a stupid card.
Yeah, also because the climax is split 2k1
Yeah.
instead of like a global plus 1k plus 1 soul.
Mm-hmm.
You can just sometimes use the climax on your back row because you want to attack for 2 soul. So the damage
Yeah.
control you have is impressive.
Yeah, it's really good soul modulation. So when you need reach, you just pump soul. When you don't need reach and only need precision, you don't pump soul. Very good.
And obviously one of the cards that people hate the most against this deck is
Yeah.
level 3 Armin. This card is I see people claiming for a ban on this, but we don't have a very consistent ban list yet. And this card is like one of the hallmarks of AoT.
Yeah.
It gives it so much.
This card is so overloaded. Just the fact that that itself is also hexproof is so stupid.
Yeah. Hexproof and giving hexproof is like the worst
Yeah.
combination.
You
I
actually
mean,
can't remove this.
it's the best for you though. It's the best for you.
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind.
As long as this is in your side of the field, you feel like you're winning.
Exactly.
Also this allows you to dig for the for the climax because you have good selection and you can get a lot of your characters, but the
Mm-hmm.
climax is something you have to get naturally, as you said before.
Yeah. I mean, Mikasa has to draw one on play, and oftentimes that's already enough. But having access to the check top 5 of Armin, in addition to also the early play Mikasa, that's a lot of checks you can make in a turn. You'll be able to get that climax.
Unless the climax is out, if the climax is out, then you're screwed. But
Yeah.
you'll find it. You have the power to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So and obviously the climax for win for 2k1s.
Yeah.
Nothing much. Anything you want to add? There's probably not much, but win is a very strong
Um,
trigger right now, as I've been told by other players. So
it's not great. It would have been better if this would be like, I don't know, an 8 gate deck maybe, but
nothing,
nah,
nothing
maybe not.
fancy about it. And it would be 2k
I mean,
probably.
Japanese decks actually don't play the Mikasa, for example, because of the double soul trigger on Thank You, and I think that's respectable. I do think that double soul trigger is really bad, but burn one is also really good.
Also because in English we don't have like the hard counters to ping one abilities
Yeah,
like
we
memory
have
snow that we
GGO.
will get. Yeah, TGO, but we don't have memory snow. We don't have Kaban. We don't have
Yeah.
you. The the old brand new kid on block.
Hmm.
The
I
Avenue
wonder
stuff.
how the meta will change after Memory Snow.
Yeah, we'll see. That's a question for another day. So
Hmm.
yeah, overall pretty good deck. Uh, what can we say about this? It's a very strong deck. AoT is one of the strongest sets we've had in English, and even to this day, being like 3 years old now, still performs very well against
Yeah.
the newer decks.
Hmm.
So first of all, thanks for the deck. Now on to more like personal questions because you're the organizer of this Vice Shores Invitational. Uh,
Hmm.
we want to ask why did you decide to do this? This is a great event. People are liking it, and there's like some hype generating every day. So why did you have this great idea, and when did it come?
So I noticed recently that the game was dying a little bit. Like in the beginning, people were still playing like on Discord and on Tabletop Simulator and stuff, but recently it got less and less, and like all the major events got cancelled and all that. So when I saw the Japanese WOC games, I really liked how they approached it. Like, it was clear that it's really fun for the participants to play, but since they had like live commentary and stuff, it was also super entertaining to watch as a viewer. So yeah, it seemed like the people on Discord were very intrigued by it, and they also wanted to see something organized in the West. So I just decided I would do that and like take as main objective to not only make it fun for people that are playing, but also for the people at home that are watching.
Yeah, because now with this whole COVID pandemic, people can't play. The only the only way to play with more people than your locals is like remote fight, and that's not
Yeah.
something everyone has available, and not
Mm-hmm.
everyone has tabletop. This has been a very welcoming thing for the community, and it gives us something to do, something to expect to, and something to give us more reasons to play the game. Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
from the 2 to 4 team, we thank you for that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
aside from that, what do you could say are the challenges of running this event and also competing on it, because you're not only
Right.
make, running the tournament itself, but you have your own incentive to do well in the tournament.
Yeah. So the biggest challenge is obviously like time zones. Time zones are super awkward. Like for example, we have already scheduled a lot of games in, but we haven't scheduled it on YouTube yet. So like, if I want to make a post on Facebook, what do I even say? Like, do I say it's at in whatever time zone I'm in? Do I like give a link? Do I just say like, okay, it's on that day, and just wait for the YouTube link to come, which is what I did.
Yeah, you can use
Um,
the premiere function on YouTube. That that
yeah,
can
that's what I've been using, and not the Premiere function, but the live scheduling thing. And I really like it, but I also need to communicate with like the other content creators so that they make those so that they actually plan those in.
yeah.
So it's a lot of communication with a lot of people. Costs a lot of time to get everything to work properly and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, and now, are you happy with the response from the player base? Are you happy with like how the community has reacted to this event?
I'm super surprised at how many live viewers we've been getting like every game. Like before we started, I got contacted by Bushiroad because I asked them if we could perhaps get some support from them, and they asked me, "What do you think? How many people would you think would watch this tournament?" I was like, uh, maybe 50 live viewers per game and like 70 live viewers for the initial announcement or something. And man, we've been reaching like 3 times that amount basically. It's really insane.
Yeah, the first game was like at 250 at some point. I was watching it. Pretty fun.
250?
Yeah, I think the Jesh game, the one that you recommended, was like at 250 at some point.
I only heard about like 117 or something, but damn, that's a
And
lot.
also, Christian's game was also very long, so a lot of people came to the chat at some
Yeah,
point.
I think it peaked around 135 or something, and that's even after like getting the copyright strike from YouTube. Uh,
Yeah, the
yeah,
NCA, the NCA by Christian's playmat,
fucking
uh,
Christian, dude.
or something like that. We're we, I think keep playing the playmat. I don't know, or Dean.
Yeah,
And that's
they removed the logo, and after after that they haven't got any DMCA's anymore. So maybe that fixes it.
I
And
mean,
otherwise, we might need to switch from channels or something. So I hope that we can just keep using YouTube because I really like the scheduling functionality, and Twitch doesn't have it, as far as I know.
it's harder to set up.
Yeah.
That's the card. So yeah, any other things you want to say to the community that's watching this?
Any other things that I would want to say? Well, first of all, I really hope you guys are enjoying everything. Um, it's a pretty big challenge for me. I'm spending a lot of time on this, so I really hope that you're having fun. This content created is like, for me, it's feels like very high quality content, and I hope that even after that, we can continue uh, creating this quality content. And I hope that we can actually organize a second tournament of this later.
For sure. Like maybe some qualifiers if things go well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. We probably won't be sticking to the invitationals only thing, but yeah, just look forward to it.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming to the show. It was a pleasure having you here. And
It's my pleasure.
I mean, you're welcome whenever you want.
Okay,
And
see you tomorrow then.
thanks to thank you to Ian and thanks to you, the viewer, for enjoying this content. And see you guys later in the next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.